What's up, y'all? It's the Shadow People. Welcome to episode 21. I'm Derrick Freeman.
Nigel Hall.
And today we have an esteemed special guest, Mr. Corey Glover.
A real nigga. What's up, blood?
What's going on, boy?
Man, we chilling, bro.
Long time no see, man. How you been, bro?
I mean, good, working.
Yep,
This
see.
is good.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Understandably.
But
How the
that-
tour went?
Tour was great. So we were out last year with Extreme for a minute, and we did some stuff on our own. It was good. It was real cool.
Yeah, man. It makes me feel good to see y'all still out there fighting a good fight, because y'all have been working diligently in this industry from the time that y'all got started to where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
at now. And not only that, but what y'all represent for the culture, you know. And,
Well-
and aside from us being homies and shit like that,
Yeah.
but you know, like
Right.
that there's a bigger zoom out effect to that. You know?
Right. You know, when we first started, you know, we was fighting radio. You know what I mean? We're not just trying to get on black radio.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get on radio. You know, just play the song. There's nothing. Ain't no politics about it. Just play the song.
Right.
But there was politics involved. It's like, well, we'd love to play the song. It's a great song, but
Yeah.
it's like we had to fight that for a long time until and you had to make the music more compelling, so that it sort of went past all that shit. You know,
Right.
and it's tough. We're in the studio right now trying to make a new record.
That's
See
awesome.
how that goes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we all doing the same shit right now, bro. I'm just thinking. I was
Right.
thinking about it on the way over here, man, because you know, right now I'm working on 2 solo projects of my own. Let us just put out we about to put out a record in December. There's a lot of work going into that, and you know, I just on my way over here, I was just thinking, like, because I got all of this music. And I'm just like, man, why am I beating my fucking head up against a wall? You know what I'm saying? Every day I just leave the studio. I'm fortunate enough to have my own studio. But it seemed like every time I walk out of that motherfucker, my head is bleeding to death. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, how do I make my music more palatable? Or do I just say fuck all of these motherfuckers, which is really generally what I end up choosing to do anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's very difficult. It's very difficult, but somehow we're able to stay in it and find something that keeps us going. And it's just like I was saying to you earlier, it's good to see somebody who we look up to that's still doing it, that makes us feel like we're not completely killing ourselves.
Right.
Like we fully have CTE right now.
Right. I want to be able to do some shit like where, you know, that idea you get, the first idea you get when you wake up,
Mhm.
like that shit is hot,
Yeah.
that shit is dope, and go downstairs and get it done
Right.
Right.
and see how that.
Right.
I don't want to. The longer you wait with it, the longer you fuck with it, the longer it's gonna take for it to really get to something.
Right.
You know, and it's me and 3 other dudes who got their own sort of like ideas about what's going on. Who knows where Vernon's thinking? You never know.
Right.
You know,
Right. Who knows what Doug is thinking?
We kind of know what Doug's thinking.
Shout out to Doug. What up, Doug?
Yeah.
We got the Doug on here. Doug
Right.
crazy. He crazy.
Yeah, get Doug on there.
Yeah.
You know, Will's trying to make Return to Forever. You know, we're trying to really
So
get
that's
it all.
one of the baddest motherfuckers, though. Let's talk
Yeah.
about how bad Will is, though.
Yeah, let's talk
God
about
damn,
Will
that
for
dude
a
is so
second.
killing. Anyway, I want to talk about some origins, because we've been, you know, we all known you a long time, and it's like every time we're in some situation, some show situation, it's always some shit I want to ask you, but it's like I want to talk to you about this while we backstage or whatever, right? So like, I want you know, because I know a little bit about the history of y'all, like back in the New York days. And let me explain to me what was going on. So it was you and Vernon and Winton and Branford and Donald Harrison, right? And Spike Lee and some little Biggie Smalls was there. Tell me what was going on with that situation.
You know, this now. Think about it. This is early 80s,
Right.
New York City,
Uh-huh.
right? So what was there? There was CBGBs, that and all that vibe that's going on downtown.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a musician, those you know, you went to 48th Street to get your gear.
Yeah.
You know, you went to Sam Ash, you went to Manny's, you went to all these places to get your gear.
Right.
So that all these convoluting in and around there. You know, there's folks uptown making music. There's folks in Brooklyn making music. All over the city making music. And you know, Vernon had a bunch of friends along with Greg Tate. They're talking about this is bullshit going on out here. You know, we're all sort of like wandering in the wilderness, not knowing where to go.
Mm-hmm.
We need to organize. So that's how the Black Rock Coalition came along. You know, it's like let's organize these musicians who are for the just to say left of center. You know, they're not doing your regular R&B stuff, although they like session players for that. They're not. You know, hip hop was just starting, so you weren't really completely into that as well, and you know, really sort of talking to the industry and saying, look, this bullshit is not working for us. It's not working for everybody. This is supposed to be this egalitarian sort of like wonderland where everybody gets to do whatever they want to do, and that's not the case. Mm-hmm. It's never and never was the case. So can we make an effort to change that? Mm-hmm. You know, and there was a bunch of bands came out of that. 24/7 Spots came out of that. You know, Fishbone was in that to a certain degree, and we were all trying to, you know, buck the system, just like challenge the system to prove that it says what it says it is. And some really good shit came out of it, and you know, we just worked. We just kept working, and it was me and Will and Muzz and Vernon. And we had this like rehearsal space in Bushwick that we rehearsed like the literally the L train went past our spot. Mm-hmm. So we just pounding away in Brooklyn, coming up with shit, trying to come up with shit every day.
So this was like 4 or 5. This was like Williamsburg before it was Williamsburg, or what? Like the L train? That's like just in the middle of nowhere back then, right?
Yeah, it was rough.
Right.
You know, it was raw. It was raw dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, this is the kind of shit that creative shit happens in. Mm-hmm. You know, the where creative shit happens.
So who all was there in that zone with you and Vernon and the rest of those guys?
You know, like I said, there was, you know, Spies was a part of that. There was a bunch of bands that were doing some things, but we were just plugging away, you know, trying to get deals and and hustling and trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Now, in the meantime, my real life, I was an actor.
Right.
And pounding the pavement, knocking on doors, trying to get, you know, some Colgate commercial that I can get residuals for, some shit like that.
So did you go to art school or something? You was right. Well, I was going to ask you that because how the fuck did you get in Platoon? Because, you know, I'm like, this nigga's in Platoon, which is crazy to me. And you got it's not like a small role. You like in that bitch. It's crazy.
Yeah. I auditioned. A lot of that. For a bunch of those movies.
Right.
I went in because they were casting that shit from like 1985 till about 1988, 86. And turns out, this friend of mine actually got the part. You know, Kadeem Hardison?
Yeah.
Dwayne
Wayne. Yeah.
He got the part. And they were going to shoot this in the Philippines. Now, at that point in time in 1986, the Philippines was literally on fire. You know, what was his name? Marcos was in charge. Yeah. There was a revolution. You know, it was a military coup. All that shit was going down. Kadeem said, "Nah, fuck this. I'm not going."
Smart man.
So I said, so they called me on a Monday, like, they're interested in you being in this movie. It's like, say less.
Right.
You know, they kept, and every day, and for like 3 hours, they'd call me up. It's like, okay, just gotta know, you got your malaria shots. It's like, no, what the fuck?
Malaria.
So, and like, and then they call me back. It's like, don't worry about it. Well, you get your shots when you get there.
Oh no.
So yeah, so they're like, all right, so we got everything sorted out. You're leaving on Friday. All right, cool, no problem. Telling my family I'm about to be out. I'll be back. Then they called me again and said, sorry, you're leaving tomorrow. So I got the call on the Monday. I was on a plane on Tuesday flying to the Philippines.
Damn.
Now I just got in the Living Color. I just got the gig, and I had to go tell Vernon, look, I'll be back.
So wait, so did Vernon make you audition for the gig?
Yeah, and I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Somebody else got me. And then he decided he didn't want to do it, and I got the gig.
Well, who was that nigga?
You know the trumpet player Mark Ledford?
Yeah.
He passed. Mark Ledford was the guy he hired.
What?
Wow.
See, I did not know that.
That's
crazy as shit.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
yeah,
learn something new every day.
Mark got the gig on what's his name? Take me a higher love. What the fuck is his name?
Steve Winwood.
He got the Steve Winwood gig. Said that's paying a lot better than this shit. So he's like, fuck it. So he went to play with Steve Winwood.
He said that line. As long as he hit that line, get that check, boy.
That's
crazy. So I got the gig. I called him up. It's like he lived like a couple blocks away from me, and I was like, "Yo, I'm leaving for the Philippines. I should be gone for less. I won't be gone for a year. It'll be a couple of months at the most. Hold off. I'll be there." He said, "I'll see what I can do." Yeah, fuck it, whatever. So I left and spent 3 months in the Philippines doing this movie.
Damn,
that's insane.
Put me in boot camp the whole nine.
That's wild.
You was in real boot camp?
Yeah, they sent us out we had to dig our own fucking holes, man. I'm not fucking with y'all. We had to build our own camp. Dig our own hole. Had to learn how to take apart M16 and M60. We did the whole nine.
That's wild.
That's crazy. I bet you that made you think about wanting to be an actor. It's like, damn, we gotta do all this shit.
Right.
Right. It's like,
so
yo, the checks are coming, right?
Right.
Checks is there.
Yeah.
It's like, call my manager. Check show up. Fuck it, I'll dig some more holes. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So going back to that studio where y'all rehearsed, so that was like who else used to rehearse there? Because I feel like I seen some documentary where y'all talking about this shit or something. Where like it's
basically it was just us, and guy that was living there was a graffiti artist. Like he bombed a bunch of trains. He bombed the L train a couple of times too. It's Kid Richie, and he was dope, and he was there for the most part. So we was gigging primarily to pay the rent on this spot, just so that we had a place to be. Where we can put all the gear, and that we could take off from there to go on the road. So we worked. We was working, like playing CBGBs at least twice a month.
That's the real CBGBs too.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That was the real one.
Sawdust on the floor of CBGBs. Damn. That kind of spot.
Yeah.
And what was the other bands around during that time? So what year are we talking about? Like 84? What year is that?
Yeah, it's like 85, 86.
Okay.
And who was there? Who else was playing? That came out of that. Television.
Okay.
A bunch of real punk bands were playing in there and doing that kind of stuff. And we was just trying to get record execs to show up, come down. It's like, check this out. You know, and fortunately for us, we had some people who were really into it. There's some folks at Rolling Stone that were really, really into the band. and we were getting kind of known and getting recognized. Plus, Vernon with the BRC would go to these like industry events and basically stage protests like, why ain't y'all, you say you're egalitarian, you saying you all this, that, and the third, but you ain't doing none of that.
Right.
So
it's a real punk rock shit.
There was a high profile.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there's a high profile to the band. And so that was helpful. That was very, very helpful.
So yeah, you brought up Fishbone. So
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say that.
Yeah, I knew you wanted to ask. And you asked the question.
I wanted to ask you about this because not too long ago, there was a video that surfaced of Angelo from Fishbone when he was like, man, fuck y'all,
talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And he was talking about, like, for real, fuck y'all. Like, y'all are really on some bullshit. We done been around here. Motherfuckers, we have, like...
40 years.
40 years. Right. I mean, between Fishbone, between y'all, between, I also like to mention, Bad Brains, right. Death. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole scene of these people that laid the foundation for all of these other motherfuckers who get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, who really, truthfully, in my opinion, don't belong there, but don't listen to me.
Right.
I wanted to know what you felt about that, because I know that, I mean, I haven't worked half as hard as you have,
That's bullshit.
Well, maybe on certain things, but not.
Oh wow! See, we'll get to that.
We go.
Next segment. Next segment.
Yeah. Nah, we gonna get into all of that. But what'd you say?
I watch y'all. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, I know.
What y'all do.
Yeah, That's why. This is why we here now. That's why we
here now, bro. We look. We on the other side now.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
But nah, like really, I wanted to ask about that because, I feel strongly about us as artists being able to, like you said, wake up in the morning, come up with a dope ass idea, and put the shit down and put it out, and not have to worry about what anybody else is saying about it. Not have to fight a motherfucker to play it. Not have to fight a motherfucker to listen to it. And it just seems like we've all been doing this just our whole lives as artists and as musicians and whatever we do. And my question was what are your thoughts on that, and how do you feel about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and really, how do you feel about not getting the due that you rightly deserve?
Well, bureaucracy is a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, who decided that this is how the industry should work, right? Who decided that this form of expression, talking about your emotion, playing music as an emotional state, is a commodity? It's something that needs to be paid for. I understand you go into a club, you hear bands, you're like, it's cool. But who decided that the only way that this is going to work is that you got to jump through these particular hoops to get to these certain things? Now, if y'all know the story of Fishbone from the beginning to now, and all the shit that they went through, the stuff with Kendall, the stuff with Norwood, if y'all know the story of Bad Brains, and the whole HR thing, you can tell that this industry has done damage to a lot of people, not just our heroes, but every. I mean, you look at some people. You can take a look at some people from when they first started to now, and how they've changed. Hell, Ozzy. Think about what Ozzy Osbourne was like in the beginning to what to where he ended up.
Yeah.
Any number of people. You can talk about anybody that has risen through the ranks of the industry and how it's changed them and how it's changed them for the better and for the worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that this infrastructure that we decided, yeah, I'm gonna be a part of this, can really take you out.
Yeah.
You know, I try really hard not to think, you know, because y'all know, you sit in the club, somebody gonna offer you some shit you don't want to be in, and you say fuck it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta go, hey, if you're gonna chop that up right now, I'm gonna go outside until y'all done. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can't be a part of that. And it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. The thing that all the things that could present itself to you just to be a part of it, just to be in it, makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have to, and that's the thing too, is I feel like because some of us are in those situations where, like, you know, we're just starting out. I think that some of the problems that I had coming up was I wanted to be every damn where. You know what I'm saying? And that was part of me. That was part of me being young. And I think that's something that we all had to go through is, you know, when we're young and we first starting out and we just want to be everywhere. And we want everybody to know our name and we want everybody to know
want the recognition
and we want the recognition and we want this
validation,
and we want that.
All that type
and
of
we
shit.
get involved with things, behaviors, you know, cliques or whatever that do a certain thing that really ain't us, but become us because we chose to take that route, or we chose to do some shit that we knew really wasn't us, or we went in with the best intentions. But you know what they always say: the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And look, and just like you said, like you can see motherfuckers that you done been through something, boy. We need to have a talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you look at everybody that's gone from wherever they're going to wherever they are or wherever they ended up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see a change. You can see a dramatic change. Shit, we could talk all day about Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
From Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5 to whatever that was that he ended up.
Right.
Right.
And we could go through his good intentions and what that did for him. What his good intentions gave him.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Because that motherfucker lived in hell, basically. He lived in his own hell.
What about the time he beat the shit out of Tupac? Did y'all hear about that?
I saw that.
Yeah. I'm just,
hey yo, and I'm not surprised either. I'm not at all surprised.
And you know what?
If any motherfucker that grew up with Joe Jackson should be able to beat everybody.
We all three of us are men of a certain age, so we have had, colonoscopies. So I'm just putting it out there. So
get a colon. What camera do I look at?
And Corey, that's when they give you that propofol for that goddamn colonoscopy.
Woo.
Hey, bro, that's the best. See, you saw his face,
bro. No. Stop it, Nigel. Bro. I was like, oh.
Yo, that's the best. What? I'm like,
let me tell you.
I understand, Mike. Fuck that.
Look,
if you had to do the show Mike had to do at age 50, yeah, no, you know what? Every night, say, bruh.
Hey, yo, I'm not lying, bro. I'm not lying.
I understand.
I just had my first colonoscopy.
That's the best thing you ever.
That's
forever,
straight up. And I sat in there, and I remember the lady, because they got you hooked up to the IV, and they had the thing going through my hand, and in my other hand I was watching Judge Mathis on my phone, and and then my hand started hurting.
Yeah, that shit.
I said, "Damn, this shit hurt." And then I was like, "How long?"
Yep. You woke
up,
right.
And I woke up, and it was some whole other shit on my phone. I don't even know what it was. And I was like, man, I'm telling you, I've done a lot of drugs in my life, but but that shit, and as soon as he said, I was like, you know what? I get it. I
understand, Mike. I was like,
why the fuck y'all wake me up?
I understand totally. I was like,
what?
Sleeping
good. I was like, shit. I can fly to Australia now. I can do a whole
like
world
I said,
tour.
if you see, go watch the documentary. If you see the show he was trying to put on at the Sphere,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah. I'm with it.
That's all I got to say about that.
Right,
let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break after that shit, because don't nobody want to hear about polyps.
Look, guys, we'll be back here on the Shadow People. Derrick Freeman.
I'm Nigel Hall.
We're talking to Corey Glover. We'll see you on the other side.
We'll
of this
be
break.
right back. Nigga, you stupid, bro. He said, "God damn."
Shadow People, y'all.
We had a nice lengthy conversation in between the break, and we were talking about a lot of things. We covered a few things, but we were going to talk about some of the history that we have with you being our big brother, because there have been a lot of times where you have definitely saved us from either getting locked up or
yeah, exactly.
Either getting locked up or dying.
Uh-huh.
So, Derrick, you tell your story first.
Well, mine is a secondhand story because I don't have recollection. But apparently my sister Beth was stranded out somewhere at Jazz Fest and needed to give her a ride home. So I went and picked her up from wherever. And instead of going home, decided to go to One Eye Jack's for whatever reason. I think y'all were playing. And maybe it was Empower, maybe it was Galactic. I have no idea. Whatever.
No clue.
But the point was, somehow I talked my way into One Eye Jack's, talked my way into the green room, where I proceeded to pass out. And then I was removed by Mr. Corey Glover. Like, not physically,
removed.
but like, you know, he had instructed the people, the powers to be.
He got the ball rolling.
He got the ball rolling, initiated that, and made sure I got home and all that, so I appreciate it. And I have zero recollection, so ta-da.
And I think this...
I've been to One Eye Jack's twice in my life, and I don't remember nothing happening in that moment.
Exactly. So, see? So, again.
Yeah, and that's how that happens. Yeah, mm-hmm. I know it well. I remember one particular time that we were
also
playing.
Bear Creek. I mean, he stopped me from. Well, I was about to kill Will Bernard, but we don't go to all that.
That's all right. We'll bleep that out. Hey yo, there's no shortage of this bullshit on this show. I'm telling you, man, and I love it, and I'm here for all of that shit.
Yeah, it's all good.
Nah, but we did this show in Brooklyn, and it was Nigel Hall band.
Was it Sullivan Hall?
No, it wasn't Sullivan Hall. But oh shit, we got to talk about Sullivan Hall. You want to hear something crazy, Corey? We were talking about something the other day, and Sullivan Hall came up.
Right?
And Sullivan Hall has come up about 4 or 5 times since. It's like Beetlejuice.
Right.
It's like if you say Sullivan Hall.
And everybody makes the same face. Every time you say somebody Sullivan Hall, somebody goes like this.
Exactly.
Sullivan Hall, I tell you this much. If I hear fucking Cult of Personality being played by a fucking DJ one more time in that motherfucker,
right.
I'm tearing something up.
Uh-huh.
That came out in, you said that came out in
87.
86.
87.
Yeah. 87. I was 6 years old when that song came out.
Well, let's talk about that too, because like, okay, y'all being a punk rock band, a workhorse band out here grinding, and then all of a sudden y'all got a fucking hit. Y'all like, you know, top 10 hit. Like how is that to deal with? Like having a fucking hit song when you're not really a hit song type band.
Shit, you asking the wrong person for that. No idea. It's, you know, every now and then, you know, for me, it was like the video was on TV all the time and all that shit. So I take the subway everywhere. I was, you know, hanging out, doing my thing. And you get those high recognition days. You know, those kind of days somebody looks up at you and does a double take. You know, oh shit, it's gonna be one of them days.
Right.
They're like, And then they give you that like side eye shit's like, I'm just taking a 3 train uptown, so leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? But you know, it's part of the grind. You know, that song, Cult of Personality, got written in one session. One session. We was like, we came in, and I said something to Vernon like, I got this riff, and it's some convoluted riff. He didn't want to play it that way, so he just turned it into what the riff is for Cult. And he had these lyrics, and it's like, just put them down. And we just did it. And the song was done within, I'd say, about 5 hours span. It's done. And we were playing CBGB that weekend. We played it on that weekend, got a really good reaction to it. It's like, I think we got something here. And then when it's time to record it, Ed Stasian was the producer, and he was like, just change a few things here and there, and put this here and put that there, and the song became what it is. Did
the SNL blow it up, or was it already blowing up by the time y'all did that?
Well, it's like we put out the record, and it wasn't the first single. The first single was Middleman.
Right.
But if you listen to the album, it's like, no. Because Cult was first side A, first song. It's like, that motherfucker right there, that's a single. I don't know whatever else is on this record, right. But that right there is. And it wasn't until they made it the second single, and we got phones. Like, radio stations would play it late at night, and people would call up. It was like, who the fuck was that? What was that? Mm-hmm. What was that? And so it got a buzz that way. And then we made the video. Like, we came off the road. We was on the road. We came home for a day, made the video, and then flew to Minneapolis to play at First Avenue. So no, there's a whole other story connected with that shit.
Well, we'd like to hear it.
Yeah, definitely.
We got time.
First Avenue. We
here for all that shit. Yeah. I got a couple First Avenue stories
me too. Actually, what doesn't matter. I'm listening.
we finished the video, and 3 months later, MTV was put in heavy rotation, and like everywhere you go, I'd walk into places, and the fucking video's on, and I'd be like, I gotta go. Fuck
right.
This kid.
right.
I just want to get my TV fixed. I gotta go. This shit is bullshit. Mm-hmm. And it was a phenomenon to me. The thing I got that was bothering me was like everybody kept calling me Vernon. It's like, my name ain't Vernon. I'm not Vernon. But all the press was focused on him, but what they saw was me.
Right.
So they conflated the two together, and like, so all of a sudden I'm Vernon. I'm like, no, I'm not Vernon. And
I know it all too well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah. They used to, the people call me, I think it just now stopped.
People calling you Neil?
People calling me Neil all the time. Neil Evans.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. They either call me Neil or they call me Ivan, which is hilarious to me. Because I don't look like none of them niggas.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's hilarious. But you mentioned it being on video. Now, I remember back when MTV wasn't playing black videos. Or they weren't playing. Yeah.
Here's the story. So we was putting videos out, and MTV was having a hard time putting them out. An exec at Epic Records, Dave Glue, said to the powers that be at MTV, I tell you what, Michael Jackson's got some stuff coming out pretty soon. It'd be a shame if you didn't get it. But you know what is out? There's a Living Color record out right now. Be good if you played that, and maybe you get the Michael Jackson shit. They threatened them with not giving them Michael Jackson videos to play Living Color stuff.
Well, that's some good ass leverage to have.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Especially both being on Epic
Y'all was on the
Records,
right
too.
label. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And they had to ask Michael for permission to do it.
Mm.
And he said yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
of course.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's perfect.
Did you ever meet him personally, Corey, or work with him? No.
Never had a chance. I met Janet once. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, even still.
Uh-huh.
Now.
Yeah.
Today.
Yes.
Today.
Forever.
I mean,
since Penny. Son.
Yeah.
Since
Penny and and Debbie Allen
Smell
and all
good.
of them.
Huh?
She smelled good. She walked past me like this is some MTV award shit.
Yeah.
And she Vernon. She worked on Vernon played on Black Cat.
Yeah.
And she walked through us and said, "Hey, Vernon," and my jaw. Like,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
throw it up in the air, turn sunshine.
My Lord.
So talk about that. Like, wait, I'm curious though, because like, so during that time, like, you know, you're at the MTV Awards and shit, rubbing shoulders with all these
Right.
pop stars and shit. How did they treat y'all? Did like y'all was getting respect from the pop stars, or was it like they knew y'all was some bad
Independent.
motherfuckers? I'm sure, but how did that work out?
Some of them, like, they had no idea who we were.
Right.
And we was out from word go.
Yeah.
Like, we were always like, "Those are weird guys standing in the corner. Who are they?"
Right.
Until we started playing. And then they would talk to us.
Mhm.
But, you know, a lot of folks like got it. It's like, I see where all this shit is coming from. I fucks with you. And some folks was like, "Fuck them niggas." And either way, it's like, we could take it this way or that way. Whichever way you want to go, we can go.
Right.
You know, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Right.
Either way is fine by me. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Look, because we know this motherfucker.
Right,
though.
exactly.
We already we know what all of these side eye looks mean. Maybe the listeners and the viewers don't know, but nigga, we know. Nah, man, that's crazy. I want to talk about Jesus Christ Superstar for a second.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
big.
yeah.
Because like how I want to know what it was like. What was the whole process of that and like getting into that? First of all, I mean, you mentioned that you were you were an actor and you were at the theater.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that when they heard you sing, they was like, "Oh shit," you know, as most of us do. So tell us a little bit about that process and how that all went down.
There was, it was around town that they would do it, the new production of Jesus Christ Superstar with Ted Neely.
Mm-hmm.
Ted had over the 10 years before that decided he wasn't going to do play Jesus no more. He didn't want to do it no more, particularly because Carl Anderson had passed away
Right.
in that time. And he's like, that's my Judas. It just doesn't seem fair for me to do it without him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But they finally convinced him to do it. And he says, "I'll do it if we find the right Judas." So I auditioned a couple times. They said, "Okay, fine. We're gonna do a scene. Your next audition is with Ted."
Wow.
And what y'all don't understand is the movie Norman Jewison's Jesus Christ Superstar is the reason why I do this shit. Watching Carl Anderson do his shit in that movie was like, I want to do that. My whole life, I wanted to do that. And Ted's standing there with that goofy grin. And I'm like, holy shit, what happened to my life? I was living in Brooklyn doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
Shit, I was working at Clairol on the hair care people on their hotline, helping people get out of trouble with fucking hair color. I am now standing next to Ted Neely doing the scene, and like we're really like doing it. We're really acting. Like he frustrated the shit out of me. To the point where I walked out of the audition room. Like, fuck it, I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit with him. And they saw it and they gave me the gig.
Why did he frustrate you? What happened?
You know, there's that whole scene is like, why don't you go do it? Go tell him what you're doing. It's like, what, you'd like me to do that. You'd want me to do that, you know? And he was being relentless. And that one time you saw an anger flash in Ted's eyes. It was like, Dad. And I just had to go. I could not stand there next to him. I had to leave. I had to leave the room.
Damn.
And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I had to leave. And they gave me the gig, and I did it I did 2 seasons of it. And at the time, this was like 2005. I had just had my second child.
Mm-hmm.
I had babies with me. Like bottles changing, babies with me. And I brought them to rehearsals. It was like, if y'all can shut up for 5 minutes, we can get this done, and then we can go home. And
I love it.
That's
real shit, though. That's real shit, though. What you say? They couldn't?
They could not shut up.
No.
Them motherfuckers don't know how to shut up.
Hey, yo, man. That's real fatherhood shit, though, man. I know it. I know it all too well.
Before I had these kids, Doug put a curse on me. He's like, man, you ain't gonna have nothing but boys. And every time they come around, they said, oh shit, here come them Glover boys. And that's what
it is. It happened. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's
that. Like, I had a friend of mine, producer I was working with, had these 2 pit bulls, these 2 raw dog pit bulls, like rough ones. They heard the boys running up the sidewalk into the house, and they hid.
Oh shit!
My youngest got it in his head that he needed to ride one of them.
Oh no! Wow!
Wow! And there you go.
And that's what I had to deal with. So I took them on the road with me to do Jesus Christ Superstar. We're doing a show in not Maryland, in Delaware. And the theater had this thing where the backstage you could see out onto the stage. And I had somebody watching them. I had my nephew watching the boys while this is the scene, while shit's going on. So we're doing the scene. I'm doing the scene. And it's a real intense scene. I'm looking up at Ted, and all of a sudden I hear, Corey! It's my kids up in the rafters who recognize me. My kids call me Corey. So they were trying to get my attention. I was like, motherfucker.
Yo!
That's crazy.
Oh man. That shit remind me of that scene on Bernie Mac's show when he was doing his stand-up and he took the kids to the theater and he saw Jordan get up and move. He's like, Jordan.
Right. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
What have you as far as like acting, producing, music supervision or whatever, like what have more credits that you've done that we don't know about? Like, I'm sure you've done producing.
Yeah, what can we look up on YouTube when we nerding out? Because it's gonna happen later.
Yeah, basically.
You can see some of the I did back in the day.
Commercials. Like early 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early 80s. I know Nigel, you remember this. Remember the Children's Aid Society commercial?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I'm playing the drums on that motherfucker.
Are you fucking serious,
okay,
bro?
We gotta look that up.
Bro, stop
That's
playing.
hilarious.
I am looking it up right now. Oh, shit.
That's
Hold
You
amazing.
can find that motherfucker right now on YouTube of me playing the drums on this Children's Aid Society commercial. I did a Ragu Pizza Quick Sauce commercial with Emmanuel Lewis.
Oh my God!
What?
Wow.
With Webster?
That's when he was a huge star back then too. Lil Web.
Yeah, this before he got all this shit started happening for him.
Right.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
What
about Rodney Allen Rippey? You ever remember him?
Hey, yo, you can always count on Derrick to come with them motherfuckers, boy. He come with the singers.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Kid actors, man. Well, so wait. And when you did Platoon, how old were you? Like 20? You were young, huh? 21, 19, something.
22.
22. Wow.
Yeah.
And so you were like, the commercials. Was you a kid in some of them, or you started?
I was a kid. Yeah. The Children's Day commercial. I was at about 17.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I wanted to talk about too. Is we have always, every time we got together, especially us three, we've always talked about our love for the Wiz.
Yeah.
And how much we love the Wiz. We've mentioned it many, many times on this podcast. And for those of y'all watching and listening, Corey, Derrick, and I have literally talked about for the last 30 fucking years about doing a show one day for Jazz Fest. And Jazz Fest is kind of the only place we could get away with pulling something like this off. But we're going to do a show with us three, and we just all going to sing the Wiz songs from the Wiz. And it was a lot crazier then because I was getting drunk. So I had all these grandiose ideas, and I still got them, but they more refined now. I got
to make it more of a production instead of just like a random
exactly.
show.
Just say exactly. But I think that having just homies hanging around with a good enough band to play the music and laughing and singing this music, But when you first saw
somebody had charts, that's what I'm saying.
So what?
Quincy don't play that like that.
Right.
There are charts. Got to be copies of charts.
They got
somewhere.
Exactly.
There's definitely charts. Yeah,
that's absolutely it. But
when we did Ease on Down the Road, we had a chart for that. I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I have looked, and Lettuce has done. We've been doing some shows with the Symphony Orchestra not too long ago, and in the middle of Move On Up, they get the orchestra drops out, the band drops out. And it's just me, and I just started singing like "Be a Lion," and it's been like a real highlight of the show. But I looked for the charts for the orchestra, and I went to management. I'm like, hey, can y'all get the charts for the orchestra so they can sing this behind me, so I don't have to play it and I can just sing it? Because one time we played it and we were in Colorado with the Colorado Symphony Orchestra, and I got to the apex of the song and I hit the wrongest chord of all time. Oh, it was great. I made a moment out of it. It was cool because I'm unfortunately I can do things like that. But I was really embarrassed. It was very embarrassing. And I was like, it would be real nice that I can just sing this goddamn song and not have to play it. But I looked and I don't see none. I've looked everywhere and I don't see any of them. So I guess
gotta be.
I guess
like somebody in Quincy's,
somebody in New York got them. Or some,
they had to register that if they would get. If there's a big orchestra, there's a whole bunch of stuff in that soundtrack.
Yeah,
they had to register all that stuff.
And if it was on Broadway for however long it was on at one point, they got to have something of it, like the original Charlie Smalls.
Right.
Fucking
yeah,
man.
We gotta get. We can find that.
We gotta get a hold of it. So you're gonna have to call all your big time Broadway people and help me look. Oh, shout to Danny Abel just found it. See? Hey, Danny like Abel with the news. Yes, he just found it. All right, send me the link so I can send it to everybody. Because we really need to do this shit, Corey. Because we've been talking about this shit forever, and now I'm of sound mind to do it. So
right.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that look. That's all good though. But yeah, man, look, we've had an incredible time hanging out with you, man, and we love you so much.
Yeah, bro.
And we love
Good
everything
time.
that you do for us as human beings, as your homies, for the culture.
Wait, before we let
You
him go,
know.
let's talk about, because we Galactic. Like, how did you end up in New Orleans? Because we know, you feel like one of the homeboys from. Well, we knew you before you was coming
Yeah,
to
we
New
knew
Orleans,
that.
but let's talk about that.
See, you was like me. You started sneaking down here,
That's
man.
true, yeah.
I just stayed.
Right, exactly. We thought, if I would have took a bet, I would have bet he was gonna be here before you back then, for sure. But you never know.
Yeah, I know.
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Hey, man, bets can take weird turns.
Right, it's true.
Man, our manager at the time was really good friends with them. And, Houseman was going through his whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, rest in peace,
And they were
House
like-
Man, by the way.
R.I.P. House,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Special love. Always.
And so they're looking for somebody. So they was playing at Brooklyn Bowl. They said, could you come in and do a few songs and then leave?
You know that didn't happen.
No.
Three whole
No.
sets later. Right. Uh-huh.
So I said, yeah. So I did that. And I guess they dug it. Ben seemed real into it. And next thing I know, I'm on Jam Cruise.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's come up several times. We know.
We understand.
Just moving on. Uh-huh.
Hey,
swear
didn't
to
you?
God,
Hey, Corey, didn't you do that? Didn't you do that Jimmy thing we used to do? Didn't you used to sing with us when we did that Jimmy thing? You, me, and Ron Johnson
With Wimbash.
and
Wimbash.
Yeah,
Danny was on that shit too?
Yeah, Danny was on that shit too. That's right. Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
It's like
you,
that.
you dangle a check in front of me. Fuck.
Especially when he already in town. He's like, you already know. He's like, he need more excuses to hang out extra days anyway.
Shit.
I already know.
Oh man.
I was
Something's really wrong with you, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Exactly. As many
That's
gigs as you
crazy.
got, once he get here, I already know.
It's crazy too, because when we, as we sit here and we talk about all of this shit, I'm just all of these memories are being accessed about
Right.
all of the time that we actually did spend together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean everybody in this room, Danny too.
Hang time. Really,
Yeah,
just
you know?
more than gigging, just hanging. We just been
Yeah.
lots of hang time together.
Yeah, we hung out. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and the fact that I think really the thing that really makes me like you the most is that you took the time to like really fuck with us.
Yeah.
And
Bruh.
and just be our homie too. You know what I'm saying? And like
Facts, true facts.
By the same token, it's like I've never met people as talented as you guys who wanted to fuck with me. A lot of times you meet people that you admire for their work, and they're like, "Well, fuck this dude,"
Yeah.
But y'all fucks with me, and for that I'm forever grateful.
Yeah, man, that means a lot that you said that, because and we see it all the time too. Like we see,
And also because we two people don't like to be pigeonholed.
right.
Because his whole career is about not being fucking pigeonholed. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's like we all connect on that level. Like I'm not
Exactly.
don't try to tell me who I am or what I do. Like I'm gonna
Exactly.
show you what it is.
Exactly.
And
People
you
think
be-
just because I got Jordans on that I'm listening to fucking
Right.
2 Chainz or something, man. I'm actually listening to fucking Barbara Streisand or
Right,
some shit like
exactly.
that. You know what I'm saying? Some of that
Right.
shit is dope. Nigga, I listen to Barry
No.
Manilow
Right.
too. Like,
Right.
but I will slap the shit out of you also.
I love
So-
Jim Croce, but you know that.
Yeah, Cat
I'm not-
Steve, Yusef
Right.
Islam.
Right.
No, nobody expects you to put a foot in their ass. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
And that's exactly how I like it.
I love it like that. I
Yeah.
love that. Like you keep playing like it's sweet. Just see what happens.
Right. And a lot of that energy, and that's what I think is really the glue that makes us who we are, is that we all perform like that. Like, okay, say what you want.
Right.
Say what you want.
Right.
But when the quarter drops, we gonna see. And you know, and we don't talk as much shit as we used to.
But we also seen a bunch of them come by the wayside.
Right.
We see a lot of people come in like Muhammad Ali. But when they go out,
they leave like Sonny Liston.
New Orleans will do that real fast. New
Orleans will do that shit to you quick, boy.
Yeah, like
that was to me, that was the most intimidating thing about being in New Orleans. Just like the level of people there that are just unfuckwittable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just that you can walk into a room anywhere and just get done in.
For real.
And then it's like, so somebody like the like the Manavani of something just got off stage, and here's Corey. Oh,
they got you sandwich. No, yeah, they got you sandwiched in between.
But that's the beautiful thing about it is that yes, that could happen, but then when you come up, then you are the same thing.
The vibe goes to another level.
It just goes to another level. And New Orleans is the kind of place that you can do that. You can't do that shit in New York because everybody got something to fucking say. You can't do that in the LA because everybody got something to fucking say. How you look, this, that, and the other. Man, get the fuck out my face. Did you just hear me?
Right.
Did you just hear what I just did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in New Orleans, they hear you. Like when I moved here, you know, I was on this, I wanted to be Donnie Duke. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, in no place else in the world would that be allowed to exist except here. And it allowed me to kind of see where I wanted to really, really be, which is kind of what's happening. But I think we all have that between the three of us, you know. And then on top of that, y'all two niggas is actors. So I don't know whether or not y'all serious or not. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know whether or not to take y'all seriously or not, you know? But either way,
you can tell, trust me.
I can tell now. I can tell. I'm of sound mind to do so. But you know. But yeah, man, we appreciate you coming through, Corey, and we love you so much. Yeah, and the next time you come down here and I find out that you've been here and I ain't got no calls on my phone, we're going to have a talk. We just going to, you know.
Oh, shit.
He just hung up. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nigel Hall.
I'm Derrick Freeman.
And that apparently was Corey Glover. And we thank you for tuning in. We love y'all. Peace.
What?
He's like, fuck you too then.
Yeah, it's just like literally right now.